In this recording, I'll show you how to upload your spot rates from OwnerRez to AlaVHR. Go to your listing, log into the Alabama Vacation Home Rentals website to your dashboard, and click on Manage Listings/Calendar. Go to the listing that you want to update the rates, and go to the Rates section. Here we're going to export the rates. Click on Rates Export, and go ahead and open the file. This gives us the format that we need to upload. The main items we need are these headers and the columns that with the information under, and we'll show you how to update those from OwnerRez. If you see these hash marks, go ahead and select that column, and you can widen it out if you'd like so you can see the whole value. It just means that it's too narrow. So this is what's currently in the table. We're going to replace this with what's in OwnerRez. So I'm going to minimize that and log into your OwnerRez account and go to Tools, Rate Calendar. Go to the spot rates. This method only works with spot rates. You use spot rates if you are importing them from VRBO or Airbnb, and you'll have spot rates here. So here's my spot rate table, and I'm going to export these. And I want just this specific property. Export. So there's now a file here generated by OwnerRez. And our goal is to line up this information with the information on our template. So enable editing if that shows on your form. So the only information I get from OwnerRez is the nightly rate, the date, the rate, and the minimum nights. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this date value and copy it all the way down and go to Start Date, right-click Paste, and End Date, right-click Paste. So we literally have the same rate for every single night. If this should be longer than your rate table, but if it's not, you can scroll to the bottom. And at this point, I'm going to delete any excess rows. So I've got some rows down here I don't need. So I've deleted the extra rows and scroll back up to the top. So far we've only changed the dates on this table. And now I need to change the nightly rate. So let's go back to the file generated from OwnerRez. And the nightly rate is under column C. So copy from there down. Don't copy this header because its header does not match our header. So we're just going to copy that down. And come over here to the beginning and place that in column D under the nightly rate column. By default, our system will use the nightly rate, so you don't have to define the weekend if you are using this method where every night has its own rate. If you weren't using every night had its own rate, you would need to tell it the weekend rate, but it's going to default to this nightly rate, so that's fine. With OwnerRez, you also are setting discounts for the weekly rates and monthly rates, so you would leave these all at 0 for weekly and monthly. So just make sure those all say 0. And we can copy that 0 all the way down. And back in the OwnerRez table, the only other piece of information we have is this minimum night stay. So if you scroll back to the top, we're going to copy again. Don't take the header, but starting here in column D2, and bring that over here to the minimum stay column in H2. Now, if there is an extra per person charge, that is not supported with the OwnerRez model, so these would all be 0 here, just 0 from here down. And then the number of persons, usually the default is just 1. So if you set that to just be 1 person all the way down, meaning if it's 1 or more, the rate is the same. It doesn't matter how many people are there. So at this point, I'll just save my table and close this file. And I can close the OwnerRez file. Go back to your Alabama Vacation Home Rentals account. And now we're going to do a rate import. Choose File. And the rate file that we just generated is the one I edited. You can also make a backup copy of that file if you're concerned about the rates. So select that file and hit open and import. And now the file has been imported. And if you scroll to the bottom of the screen, anything that's blocked out with the red, those are expired rates. And then eventually we'll see the new rates that we just imported here. And each rate has its own date. It's one night for that rate. And if you look at the calendar, it will look like a quilt pattern because there's a color for each range that's supported and that you have a separate rate for each of those nights. So each one of those colors will be different. And as you scroll down, you'll see there's a line item for each night. And that's it. The next time you have to update your rates, go through the same process and you'll be done. If you have any questions or problems, please contact us. We'll be happy to help.